everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Ravishing review. Today we are looking at The Great War for the TNA World Tag Team Championships. This is the Broken Hardys. That would be Matt and Jeff being accompanied by Ravishing, challenging the champions. That would be Decay right now. That would be Abyss and Crazy Steve. And they are with Rosemary. And this is from TNA Bound for Glory 2016. Meltzer did not give this a rating. Typically with matches like this, he does not. Don't worry. I got you. All three members of Decay spray a mist in Ravishing's face. As Matt pairs with Steve outside of the ring, Jeff pairs with Abyss inside. They trade locations briefly as Rebby is swept away. Steve tells Rosemary they'll break Matt's back, so she sets up a table. They get ready to suplex him through the table, but he fights out. Rosemary throws Steve a trash can. He puts it in front of Matt's face, and she goes coast to coast. I thought that was a pretty cool spot. Abyss gets a staple gun, and as Jeff tries to complete a sunset flip, he puts a staple right into Jeff's forehead to break free. Abyss is now brawling with Matt up the ramp and into the backstage area. Abyss is taking it to Matt, but the lighting backstage, away from the interview area, is pretty dark and it's hard to see what's going on. Jeff is now backstage with Steve, and they take turns throwing themselves into walls and ladders. Jeff is reaching for a blue container labeled Lake of Reincarnation until Steve hits him with a podium. We see Abyss and Matt battling outside of the impact zone, probably to get the Universal Studios logo in the shot to appease the masses. Then jump back to Jeff and Steve. Steve grabs the bucket and says, "Let's see what your magic can really do." Dumps the lake water right on Jeff. Steve grabs the referee, drags him over, and he asks, "Where's Jeff? Where is he?" And you see the cameraman go from like these, from Steve and the referee down to the floor, and it's just floor. So we cut to Abyss and Matt brawling outside again, then right back to Steve and Jeff. Jeff is now transformed into a character that throws watermelons and pumpkins. This character's name is Itchweed. I elongated the E because there's 3 E's in there. Okay. Cut to Abyss throwing Matt into a car, then cut back to Steve and Itchweed. Rosemary slaps Itchweed. He puts a pumpkin on her head. Then she misses him in the face, and he's like, "Oh yeah!" Oh gosh, that's what it is. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 reminds me of Chop Top. So much does this Itchweed character. If you're not familiar, go YouTube it. He is the character with the glasses, and he has a coat hanger, and he's scratching the metal part of his head. That a whole nother rabbit hole to go down. But anyway, Steve tells Rosemary to go check on Abyss. Cut to them, and it's now Abyss saying that he wants to end Matt. Rosemary gives him Janice. This is the 2x4 with the nails jammed in it. He is going to hit Matt with Janice, and then for whatever reason, we get a random redneck guy drives up. He gets out. He's got his hat. He turns around. He says, "I'm on Team Hardy." And then Rosemary just takes him to Dick Kick City, and then just chucks him into the bushes. Was the point of that just to get this man's truck? Sorry, spoiler alert. Yes, it was. So back to Steve and Itchweed, which is the last time we see of Itchweed, because in a flash, we get Willow, Jeff Hardy's other alter ego. Cut to Rosemary, like I said, stealing this man's truck. Abyss is in the bed standing, and then cut to Matt, who is now right behind him, with flames coming out of his hands. He throws a fireball, he hits Janice, and we don't know what happened to the other fireball. He only threw one. What happened to the other one? So we're driving down the road. The truck is now cut off by Vanguard 1. Vanguard 1 and Rosemary have a standoff. Then the drone shoots poison mist at Rosemary. And I tell you it's poison mist because on its display it says poison mist activated. To which the subtitles would then read, money shot, booyah. And I'm like, what are we doing here? What's going on anymore? So we cut back to Steve and Willow. They make their way back to the ring. Willow runs all the way to the back to grab a super big ladder just to run back out. Cut to the truck now. I don't know who's driving now, but somebody drives. Matt Abyss brawl their way back to the ring. Hardy's hit poetry in motion in the ring. Matt hits a twist of fate. Jeff hits a swanton bomb. And even with all of that, Abyss kicks out. Abyss pulls out 2 barbed wire boards from under the ring. Tries to put Matt into one of them, but a low blow has stopped that. Matt pours a bag of thumbtacks onto one of the boards with barbed wire. Sandwiches the other one right on top. Hits an elbow drop. And this is where Rosemary comes back out. And I think she missed her cue by like a split second because the ref actually has to pull up the 3 count so she can break up the pin. It was pretty bad. It was pretty obvious. She pulls Matt's foot to break the count, though. Rebby makes her return, powerbombs Rosemary through the table that she had set up earlier. Matt sets up 2 tables in the ring. The ladder is in there, and he tells Jeff, indulge in your addiction. He sets up for the swanton, jumps off, lands it, gets the win. We have new tag champs. I don't know. Now I know why Dave Meltzer doesn't grade these damn things. Like what do you give this? What star rating do you even give this? I will say 3 stars out of 5, and that is because I truly don't know. That is about as upper middle ground as I can go. No explanation needed. I think you need to go and watch this match. Formulate your own opinion on this one. Let us know in the comments what your star grade, for this match is. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Check out our social media links in the description below. Be sure to tune in to the PWO WrestleCast, the premier professional wrestling podcast, every Monday live at 7 p.m. on Facebook. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time for another ravishing review.